Jen.
And I'm Joe.
And we're Jen and Joe
on the go.
Woo woo. Cheers.
Cheers, Jennifer. Cold, rainy Sunday afternoon here in the Chicagoland metropolitan area. So what better way to warm up than a little bit of Glenlivet?
I have iced tea.
I have ice. I was thinking that it has been a long time since the last time we did this, sitting here talking about stuff.
I was thinking about that too.
We've been doing a lot of videos, Florida, Mexico, and now, what is this video?
This is our pre-trip report because we're going to Disney World and St. Pete starting on Friday.
Back to Florida.
Back to Florida.
Yes.
It will be 5 nights in Disney World with our niece Gia and 4 nights in St. Pete because we are celebrating Joe's dad's 80th birthday.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. It's nuts. I really, honestly, the way the years go right now, so we're filming this a little ahead of time because the way I've got to finish up the Mexico videos and publish and blah, 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 blah. But the week that we're actually there, we'll be taking a little bit of a break with publishing videos. We'll probably do some live reports when we're at Disney. Or some
a couple shorts.
Yeah. But overall, just trying to finish up the Mexico series and then get into the Florida series that we're going to be shooting here. But I am also looking forward to seeing what St. Pete is like. It's been several weeks now since Helene and Milton.
I've not seen good things.
Well, my sister has sent us pictures at different points in time, and it's just the cleanup process obviously is going to take a long time. So, yeah, I mean, it's still very heartbreaking to us, but
it's so heartbreaking. All the places that we haven't even done a video about this. But so Hurricane Helene hit the St. Pete area, and then Hurricane Milton followed a week and a half later and basically hit the same area. And a lot of our favorite places where we got married is closed indefinitely. It's so sad to me and heartbreaking. And when we saw all the damage and destruction, I actually cried. It hits. A natural disaster like that is horrible, but when it's someplace that you love and have frequented your whole life, it just takes it to a whole new level. And Joe and I have just been devastated by all the destruction that the hurricanes left. But
the good thing is that no one that we personally know was injured, harmed. It was all just property stuff. And my aunt and uncle and my parents, they had minor damage to a couple different little things, but nothing major at all.
My sister had some minor damage. Yeah. But again, it was water, so there wasn't anything huge or major. So anyway, but that said, the positive to all of this is that we're going to get to see everybody in St. Pete. So I'm looking forward to that. I think we're going to have a really good time. We have a couple little surprises going for this trip, which we won't talk about now, but there are some surprises we have going. We will touch upon them when the videos start.
Yes. But, so the Disney part of things, we've got the typical stuff that we normally do. We don't have to go over everything, I don't think. It's the normal typical stuff that we've done in the past, we're doing again. But the big thing this time is that we're taking Gia. Gia, our niece, just turned 9. Now, we did videos with her when she was little. We had a lot of videos with her. She was
probably about 1.5, 2, 3, 4, and then nothing since COVID, really. And she was in one of our July videos.
Yeah, she's been in a couple of videos in the last year.
Yeah.
But nothing with Disney for a few years. So I'm really looking forward to taking her again.
Me too.
And so because of that, we're doing a lot of parks. This is going to be a park-heavy trip. And we have a couple of new things that we're doing.
We do.
So the big thing that you actually just booked today that you're so excited about, and I'm thinking, really? I've already got a title for the video that we're going to shoot for this place. And it's called, the video is going to be called, The Most Expensive Piece of Cake I've Ever Spent in My Entire Life.
Okay, so we are talking about the Cake Bake Shop. I will preface this by saying that paying $23 for a slice of cake is absolutely insane. It goes against everyone I believe in, but I guess I'm a guilty hypocrite because I am going to pay that money for a piece of cake.
Well, okay, hold on. Not only are you a hypocrite about the cake bake shop,
it's this whole
but there's
trip is
also
be
being a hypocrite about something else, which we'll get to
we will.
a little later. Yeah, it's suspense. But anyway, so the Cake Bake Shop. That's what it's called?
It's Gwendolyn Rogers' third restaurant. She is a highly acclaimed baker restaurateur. I am so excited just from the pictures that I've seen of this restaurant. It is absolutely stunning. Just from the videos I've seen and pictures online, I cannot wait to see it in person. That's what I'm most excited for. This will most likely be a place that we don't go to on every trip.
No.
But for special occasions, if we like it, I mean, who knows? Maybe we won't enjoy the food. I have a feeling we are going to enjoy it from all the reviews that I've seen. Everything looks amazing.
There was one review that you saw that they said the food was
That
fine.
was the dinner review. We are going for breakfast.
Right, yeah. They said it was fine, but was it worth the price?
But to be fair, they ordered sandwiches.
Well, still, but whatever you order at that price, it should be exquisite. Sure. So let me just say, and I don't know what this place is going to be like, but when Topolino's first opened at Riviera, when they first opened, we went for breakfast, and this was pre-COVID. So was it in 2020, right before COVID? I think we were there in January of 2020.
Yes.
Right, now remember this because they brought in servers, and our server was actually from Victoria and Albert.
Yes, that's true.
And you could tell by the way she presented herself and the way she presented the table. So it was exquisite service for a breakfast character meal.
Yeah.
At a really nice resort, really nice restaurant. But the service went above and beyond. So for that price, I'm expecting the service to go above and beyond.
Yeah, and I've only seen very positive reviews on the service. So I would be very surprised if we don't like it. But anyway, we're going to give you a basic summary of what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Because I know everyone likes the Disney stuff. You probably really don't care about the St. Pete stuff.
Well, St. Pete's going to be more family stuff.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that. It's my dad's 80th, so we got some stuff that we have planned but for St. Pete. But anyway, still. Okay.
Okay, so we are staying 5 nights at the Art of Animation Resort in a Lion King suite. Now, the funny thing is we have stayed at Art of Animation twice, once in a Little Mermaid room and once in a Nemo suite, but that was before we were vloggers.
Yeah, right.
So it's going to be new for the channel to see this resort, and I'm really excited to share that with those of you who, have followed along with us. And
maybe you've never stayed there.
Yeah.
We normally don't stay, but this is a suite, so that way Gia has her own space.
In her own bathroom, because who wants to share a bathroom with an 8 or 9-year-old? Not me.
She doesn't want to share a bathroom with me, guarantee it. So, anyway.
Okay, so anyway, our flight leaves at 9 o'clock in the morning on Friday.
So wait a minute, we're not taking a butt crack of dawn flight?
No, I'm really going to try to ignore those flights going forward. If I have to get up before 5 o'clock, then that's just, it's not going to happen anymore.
Well,
I'm just too old for this stuff.
You say that, but then when the prices come out and we have a better
when
price
Southwest changes everything.
Yeah, well, it'll be okay. So, but we still get in at a decent time. I think like at 12:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll, get to the resort, check our bags, and then from there we're going
I'm hoping our room's ready, but if it's not, no big deal. We'll just store our stuff with Bell Services, and we're going to be meeting Timmy.
Yes.
And we are going to skyline it over to the Riviera and have some drinks and appies at Bar Riva.
Yes.
It's another one of our favorite bars. I think it's totally a hidden gem. Not a lot of people talk about it, but we've only had great food and great service and great drinks there.
When we were there in July, we remembered the waitress from the previous year, and she remembered us. So that was kind of cool.
Yes.
I love it when you see the same cast members who are still there.
I know,
I
love that.
Kind of a connection.
Yes.
When you go enough, where you see them often. But anyway, so.
Okay, and then we have, we're going to go into Disney Springs and do some shopping, and then we're going to get dinner at Frontera Cochina so we can get our avocado margarita fixes. And we are on the Disney dining plan again this year, which I said back in May I would never do again. But when you're traveling with a little kid, this whole video, it should just be titled Hypocrisy.
Jen is a hypocrite, right?
Hey, at least I own it.
Jen is a hypocrite, right? Okay, sorry.
So, then Saturday we are going to Animal Kingdom with Timmy.
Yes.
He's going to be giving us some of his free passes.
But prior to Animal Kingdom, that's when we are going to the Cake Bake Shop. That's Saturday morning.
Yes, and it's not on my sheet because I literally have been stalking the website for about 5 days, and I even called the cake bake shop. There was no availability. I looked this morning just to look, and surprise, surprise, I got a reservation at 7:45.
Right, so here's a tip. If you
Yes.
can make a reservation with Open Table. So if you have the Open Table app, you could actually set it up to notify you whenever
that too.
a reservation opens up. So you can actually grab it right away. I had it set to notify us because we wanted to try to go Friday night. So I set
for dessert.
the notification for a reservation in the evenings from like 8 to 10. You could set the times. So if you have an Open Table app, you can set it so if you are planning on going, you can't get a reservation, set that notification on the app and it'll message you or send you a notification when something opens up so you can grab it right away.
I'm just really excited because breakfast was my first choice anyway, so
you got lucky to grab it. So yeah.
So then we're going to do Animal Kingdom, and then we will be popping over to Disney Springs for dinner because we are celebrating our brother-in-law's 50th birthday at homecoming.
Yeah. So Todd turns 50.
And that's when we'll be picking up Gia to take her back to the resort.
Yes. So that's actually going to be a really nice night. I'm
Yes.
looking forward to that as well.
And Timmy's joining us for dinner too.
Yes.
So we'll be able to see him Friday and Saturday.
Yes.
Then Sunday, I'm not really sure what we're going to do for breakfast. We may just grab something at Landscape of Flavors. We may grab something at Primo Piatto at the Riviera. But we are heading to Hollywood Studios, and we do have lunch reservations at Hollywood Brown Derby, which is one of my favorites. And we haven't been there for...
It's been a little bit.
It's been a little bit.
Yeah. You want
Probably
to get
a year and a half.
Yeah, maybe. You want to get your Cobb salad?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So this is where we can get to the hypocrisy part of the video because this is going to be our Hollywood Studios day. And would you like to share? Can you tell me what exactly we're doing that day when it comes to the attractions and the rides?
Well, I broke down and I bought Lightning Lane Multi and Lightning Lane Daily. So I'm just going to say I still have a problem with the price, and it's not something that Joe and I have purchased. I purchased it in May when I took Ashley and Allie because it was a special girls trip.
She's breaking
And now
down.
I bought it because we're taking our 9-year-old niece. But going forward, this is not something I'm going to purchase all the time. And it's only actually the second time that I've purchased it since it debuted, which was at COVID.
Well, yeah, but last year we did it at Disneyland, so...
Oh, yeah, but I have been
doesn't
up
count?
front. No.
That doesn't count?
No,
I think it counts.
It doesn't count.
I think it counts.
It doesn't count.
No, I think it counts.
But I was open about that too. But
I
yeah,
know.
so
But
anyway,
still. Look,
I'm
at the end
still
of the
not
d-
on
well,
the Lightning
okay.
Lane bandwagon.
Right, I know. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's not going away. So,
Yeah.
you know what? I mean, you could fight the fight and just say no, or you can just give in and say, what the F? You know?
And
So,
that's literally what I did after I checked out and I saw how much I just paid for it all.
yeah, I don't even want to know.
No, you don't.
No, I
Because I
don't.
was like, wait, what?
Yeah, well.
Okay, but that being said, I did purchase 3 Lightning Lanes for Hollywood Studios and a daily.
Right. So that, with all that said, because we've got different lightning lanes or whatever you want to call
Yeah.
it for the different days for the different parks.
Yeah.
But what you said is that when you went into the app, and you have to do it on your phone in,
It was
in the app.
very easy.
Not only was it very easy,
Yeah.
but it took other reservations into consideration. Where you had reservations for dining,
Yep.
it actually plugged in the times for the attractions and the rides around.
Yes, which
So it
I
wasn't-
appreciated.
It wasn't giving you just the first available. It was actually working around your existing reservations.
And it worked beautifully.
Which, to me, and we talked about this, because, Disney IT has not really been great. So this was really nice to see that it was intelligent enough
Yeah.
to work around your existing reservations.
And speaking of Disney IT, I did have one error, and it was totally my fault when I was booking it, and I had to call Disney IT, and I thought it was going to be a 3-hour phone call, and I literally waited for a minute for an IT representative, and it took 10 seconds for them to fix the problem that I created. And
Yeah, you just made a slight
Yeah.
mistake with names
Yeah.
on the Seven Dwarfs Mine
Yes.
train.
Yes.
What are you,
Yes.
Are you gonna knock over my camera? What are you doing? Are you getting excited? You sure you need some of this? Show, or have you had some of this? But yes, just to fix some of the names on the one reservation or the for the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Yeah, which
whatever you
is
wanna call it.
multi-pass. It's called multi-pass single.
I don't even know what they're called anymore
Lightning
because
lane,
they changed it a million times.
Lightning
it used to be
lane
Lightning
single?
Lane,
I don't
Indy
know.
Select. I don't even know. You're just
It
whatever
doesn't
you're
matter.
paying for, whatever.
The point is we won't have to wait in line and listen to our niece saying, "Oh, we are going to get on the ride."
Do you remember when we were in line for that and she stuck her knee in the slats of the fence?
Yes, I do,
So
and it
she
got
was-
stuck.
And it got stuck and she was screaming. Luckily, she wasn't just with us. It was her parents
Yeah.
who decided to not watch her. And all of a sudden, no offense, because we were there too. But
I
when
might
she
have
stuck her, I know we did, because she stuck her knee in between the slats of the fence in the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and it got stuck and she couldn't.
So, G, if you're watching that, do you remember that?
Yeah. Do you remember how traumatized you were? So no sticking your knee in this time.
Okay, so we are planning on spending all day at Hollywood Studios, which again is something I do not like to do, but it is what it is this trip. It's
It'll be
going to be
fun.
very park heavy. So there
Right.
probably will be a lot more videos of us in the parks.
Sure.
And I know you usually just get stuff of us in the resorts and dining.
Dining,
So
a lot of dining.
yeah, we're gonna do all the things. We're gonna see the characters, we're gonna ride the rides.
But I think the weather's going to be nice, so I think it should be fine, you know?
Yes.
So it'll be fun.
Okay, so Monday, November 11th, we are going to be spending the evening at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, which is
Yes.
something we haven't done in 2 years.
Yes.
It's been 2 years, and I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I love Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party.
Yeah.
I love the Disney Christmas decorations.
Yeah.
I love being put in the holiday spirit
Yep.
so early in the season, so I'm really excited about that. But
I love the parade. I love the fireworks
love,
show.
love.
Loved it both.
Yes.
I really enjoyed that. I took one of the best pictures of the castle at the last Halloween or the last Christmas party that we did. It was just a beautiful shot with not a lot of people in the way because it was before the fireworks show.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was great. Yeah. So anyway.
But before the party, we have reservations at Topolino's. We're going back. It's been a couple of years since we've had breakfast, and it's always been a great meal. That's why we're going back.
I'm so looking forward to the gooseberry. That if they bring the platter out with the different stuff, fruit, whatever else is on it, I'm looking forward to having a gooseberry.
Okay.
No, I'm not. Have you ever had a gooseberry?
They're bitter.
Oh my God, it was awful. Like they brought the platter out a couple of
It
years
was a
ago.
fruit plate.
And it was a gooseberry. And I tried it and it was disgusting. And I didn't know what it was. So I asked the waiter and he said, "That's a gooseberry." I'm like, okay, so that's why.
But you're not going to get that this time because you can only order one thing off the menu, where it used to be you could pick anything you wanted or everything you
so
wanted.
They changed the menu?
Yes.
Okay. Well, still, at the time, I understood why Snow White made a gooseberry pie and added a whole bunch of sugar into the gooseberry pie because you need it, because that was disgusting. Anyway, okay.
Okay, so then we are going to do a little bit of shopping back in Disney Springs. We're going to get to the Christmas party, and we've got a couple Lightning Lane singles booked before our dinner reservation at the Plaza, which is another favorite. Love the Plaza. I don't think it gets enough love and recognition. I think it's great. And if you're on a Disney budget, it's definitely cost effective for a table service restaurant.
You know, we've heard some people say, you know, pluses and minuses with it. You know, it's good, it's okay. But we've had good experiences.
Yeah, we
there,
have.
So, and then I get to ride Tron. That's one
Yeah,
of
it's
the
going to be
things.
Joe's first time.
Yes, because we haven't been to Magic Kingdom in a little bit. So I'm looking forward to riding Tron.
Great.
You will not be riding it.
No, I will not be
I
riding
will
it.
be. I'm looking forward to it.
So then Tuesday, November 12th, we are spending the day in Epcot. We have a whole bunch of Lightning Lanes booked, and I was also able to get Guardians of the Galaxy for Joe.
Yes.
Yes.
And there is a very distinct possibility that we will be going to our favorite country in Epcot, going to Mexico, so
hope
we
so.
can get another avocado margarita.
Oh, I hope so.
And maybe,
hope so.
maybe, I doubt it, but maybe we'll be lucky enough where there will be 2 celebrity guests.
No, they were just
No,
here.
I know they were just there. Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul. Yeah, they were just there at Epcot again, and they had their mezcal, so they were there. And yeah, anyway,
I know.
Nate from Paging Mr. Morrow Yeah.
So
Ugh.
we do have an early dinner reservation at Beaches and Cream, which is, I'm not kidding, I have booked that restaurant. We haven't been there in a long time, but I've literally booked it every trip that we've taken in the last 2 years.
Yeah, at least half a dozen times.
And I've canceled every reservation for whatever reason.
Yeah, because there's something else, whatever. So this time you're going to keep it so we can go and spoil Gia and give her a nice big Sunday ice cream.
That No Way Jose is so good.
Yeah, I know, it is. It is.
And then the next day would be Wednesday, and we're going to wrap it up. Joe has to Uber it to MCO to go get our rental car to drive back to the resort to load it up. And we're going to go to Olivia's for breakfast.
That's a staple for us.
We're going to go drop Gia off, and then it's off to St. Pete, which I'm not going to give you the itinerary for that, only because we really don't know what we're going to do on what day. And all the places that we know and love are gone.
Well, right.
Without getting into too much detail.
We're staying in Tampa at the, what's the name of the hotel? The Hilton Hotel.
It's a Hilton Boutique Resort, and it's called the Hilton. We'll find it. We'll put it down in the description below.
Why can't I remember the name of it? It's like 2 minutes from the airport. Well, 5 minutes from the airport.
It got a whole bunch of Instagram notoriety. Probably about a year ago. Like it's got a lot of Instagram like photo walls and stuff. It looks absolutely beautiful. It has all positive reviews. I think I read one negative review out of every review that was written. It is the Hotel Alba Tampa.
Alba,
the Hotel Hilton Alba in Tampa, Florida. Blech.
I don't even know how.
Anyway, going back to Disney, Alba. We do have a whole bunch of quick service places that we're going to be visiting, but we're still kind of trying to narrow that down because we're not big quick service eaters, and we have 5 to use up for our dining plan. So
is Satuli considered a quick service?
Yes,
yeah.
It is.
So we know we'll do Satuli at Animal Kingdom. Yes. On Saturday.
And then our friend Chloe from Chloe and Dan Vlog shared with me that the lounges count as a table service credit. But it's not a good use of your table service credits because the lounge food is a lot less expensive than what you would get at a table service restaurant.
Like Jock Lindsay?
I'm not sure about Jock Lindsay's, but I know like Bar Riva and Geyser Point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You could use a table service credit for it, but it's not a good use of your credit.
Well, thanks for the info, Chloe.
I know.
Speaking of Chloe and Dan, they posted some pictures for Halloween, and oh my God, their daughter is just freaking amazingly beautiful. Those were great pictures. So, hi guys. So anyway, we are so excited for this trip. It's going to be a whole bunch of theme parking. It's going to be a whole bunch of eating, a whole bunch of time spent with our niece. I'm just really excited for the trip. I know I get excited for all of our Disney trips, and I know sometimes we can be critical about Disney, but we are only trying to be honest with you all because there's enough people out there who may drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Yeah.
We haven't even talked at all about the their new
the Premier Pass.
Premier Pass, that's what it's called.
Yeah, we will not be partaking in that.
No.
This is not the video for that.
No. But you and Ariane were talking about it, and it was a good point. Which, in a way, it's good for people who were getting VIP passes, that it ends up
VIP tour.
The VIP tour. It ends up making it a little less expensive for them if they do this Premier Pass thing. But anyway, that's a whole other conversation for another day. That's not something we're going to pay for ever, so whatever.
But then again, we did say we wouldn't pay for Lightning Lane, and here we are.
Well, true. But I mean, honestly, like, Lightning Lane is one thing, but that's very expensive.
Yeah.
That adds hundreds and hundreds of dollars to your day, and I don't.
Lightning Lane added hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
But that was for the entire trip. This Premier Pass is hundreds for one day for one person.
But I will say, if you have not used the new Lightning Lane multi and single passes, if you haven't booked that, you have to do it on the MDE app. And I will just say it was seamless. It was so easy.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, I mean, it literally took me
few minutes.
Well, I think you have 5 minutes to complete each transaction, and you have to do each park day separately, but then if you book the, like your fancy rides like Flight of Passage or Tron, that has to be separate. You can't do that in the same transaction that you would book your Lightning Lane Maltese. So I had to do 4 different transactions, and it was super easy. Thanks again to Ariane for helping me figure that out, but it went about as smooth as it could go.
Well, that's good to
I
know.
made a minor mistake, and Disney IT was able to correct it in literally 10 seconds.
At the end of the day, if you're spending as much money as you spend to go, and then you're spending additional money to do this, it should be easy. It shouldn't be hard. You shouldn't have this feeling in your gut that says... I was
very impressed.
Well, yeah, you shouldn't have this feeling in your gut that says, oh my God, I feel like I'm being totally taken advantage of. Because you don't ever want that when you're spending money. And that was part of the problem. One of our criticisms was the way IT worked, it just was not very user-friendly. And it created more grief and aggravation, and it left a very bitter taste in your mouth. But it's nice to know
I just like how the new system that you can pick your 3 rides ahead of time, and so you know what you have already before you walk into the park.
That's what I always liked about...
I guess the negative part of that is it's going to be hard to change it, because if you decide, Dave, I don't want to go to Epcot, I want to go to Magic Kingdom, you're not going to be able to find any of the good rides because they would have been gone.
But the thing about FastPass that we liked before was that you can set everything up ahead of time. So that way when you get to the park, you don't have to spend your time looking at your phone, and you have your day organized and planned, so you could just go and enjoy it. Whereas the way they shifted and changed things, you're always looking at your phone, and it was not as enjoyable, and that was a big turnoff.
And I was able to get all the rides I wanted. I didn't have to settle for anything, and it was very user-friendly. So as long as it works well when we're in the park, we'll do a full review when we get back. But right now, just booking everything was a piece of cake, and I would actually give it an A.
All right, good.
I would.
Well, I appreciate you doing all that, because now when we get there, we can just enjoy.
Yes, at a very high cost.
Well, still, but it's organized, and we'll be able to enjoy it.
I mean, I guess it is what it is. All the parks are doing it, from Cedar Point in Ohio to Universal. They're all charging extra to skip the line, and unfortunately, it's a thing now. And I bought into the Kool-Aid, and like I said, we won't buy it every trip. We probably won't even buy it every other trip, but I think it is nice to know that it's there, and if this works well, that we can use it again in the future. If there's stuff that we have to get on, or it's a special trip. So that's my thought. Don't come after me in the comments.
Well, you know what? You've been honest about it from the get-go, and you're still honest about it, but it's just a matter of...
I think my problem with it is I have a problem with buying a park ticket, which your park ticket should allow you to ride the rides, but now I have to pay like a second ticket to ride the rides that I really want to ride. So it's almost like paying twice.
Well, you're paying
twice.
You're paying to cut the line.
Yeah.
And so the big criticism that I have is that you're paying to cut the line. So it is not only giving more money to this big corporation, but you're doing it on the backs of those who are not giving that extra money to this corporation. You're cutting the line for those people who are in line and have to wait longer because you're cutting the line. So again, right? We've made a stand on it.
Like a dead horse.
Well, yeah, and we've made a stand on it for years, literally years. But the only reason we're doing it this time is to try to make the day for Gia better.
Yeah, and you know what? I was curious as to how it worked. When we were here in May, it was still the older system. Which I was not, well, I guess I'd had pros and cons too, but it doesn't matter because it's not even here anymore. But we'll do a whole review on this when we get back and we do our pits and our peaks. But I'm very excited for this trip. It's always nice to go to Disney, especially during the holidays.
Yes,
it's always good to spend time with family.
Yes, I agree.
So I don't see how this trip could be bad.
This has been a long time coming. I'm just really excited to spend time with Gia there. I really am. So, if
and 2 months seems like it will go by fast between trips, but it really drags.
Sometimes it can. Yes, it can. But yeah, by the time this video goes up, we'll already be smack dab in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Because this is probably going to go up on Tuesday, the November 12th.
Yeah.
If I have my calendar set in my head.
It'll be around there, so just look for it.
Yeah. But so when this video is up, we'll actually be there, and we'll have a bunch of shorts and live updates going up. But anyway, so all right.
All right, so don't forget, follow us on Instagram at Jen and Joe on the Go, because that's where we post everything first. That's where you get all the know-how before we post it on YouTube, because it's quicker, it's faster, it's easier. You know, YouTube is a process in the editing, and it's time consuming. So anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell, because you don't want to miss any of the next Jen and Joe on the Go action, because we're going back to Disney World for Christmas and we're so excited.
Yes. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.
Oh, and let me just say really quick that even though this is going up on Tuesday the 12th, when we get back from this Florida trip, I have one last Mexico video to put up, which is going to be a resort tour of Xcaret Arte. We got all the other videos up at this point, but that one's going to be a bigger one. I have to do a lot of editing on that one, because I did a walk around and a tour of the entire resort, which is pretty big. So I have to put that together. So that's still going to go up, and then we're going to get into all of these Florida videos. But it'll be quick.
You won't have to wait long.
Right. Yeah. That's
okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
So, okay. Talk to you later. Bye.